Let's talk about a unique level cap featuring the new Sevagoth Prime. It was very interesting, starting with the shards, 2 for energy maximum, 2 for equilibrium, 1 for casting speed. This is the build. Not the best thing in the world, I'll be talking a bit more later. The Cedo was my primer, got a Riven, pretty decent. Also great as an area primer for further nuking the enemies. Grimoire for some energy regen. This was also a mistake. I'll in a bit. And the Hespar was my killer. Pretty good. Added some heat just because I felt it was working well with it. Not only with the innate slash on the heavy attack that the weapon has, it also has a force knockdown on the third attack of the heavy. So it was triggering melee afflictions, further enhancing the slash and hit procs. Prime Shadow and Shadow Claws were not there because I subsumed Nourish on it. For the companion, a Hura's Kubro. That was kind of one of the stars of the show. Because while you're invisible either by the Hura's Kubro or the Shade Sentinel, you can still cast your abilities and just nuke everyone and you won't break the invisibility. So I had a nuking frame that has a insane debuff, which is Reap with Shadow Haze. And I was just invisible. I wasn't getting shot a lot. Because, this thing is a glass cannon. You're gonna nuke stuff, but you'll take a hit and you'll die. You pretty much have nothing to help you survive. Oh, but you have Gloom that slows and what that you just can't tank above. I'm gonna call the 2k, 3k. Gloom might be a very good ability, but the way Sevagoth has the health, the shield, the armor, everything, it's just not gonna be there for you, especially on level cap. You can't health tank or energy tank on level cap, pretty much. I mean, you're gonna tank maybe 2 to 3 hits. After that, you're dead. If I were to say what this frame needs to just nuke and work, would be something like this. This is kind of the base. But this is what I took, and it was pretty fine. But what I would change, I would trade my Augur Secrets for Energy Nexus. Because I don't really need Augur Secrets. And I think this would already provide enough energy for me to be good during the mission. Why is that? To activate the Grimoire, Zada's Invocation, I would have to use my secondary fire. I have to use the secondary fire and actually hit enemies. So that means I'm gonna have to expose myself. And as a glass cannon, that is not the smartest thing to do. That will also break my invisibility with my Kubro. That was really not the ideal. Another thing that I'm gonna complain is Sevagoth's passive, which might look like it's a great thing, but this thing is so freaking inconsistent. I died like 3 to 4 times because I was on the shadow mode, but I was just going through enemies and not counting towards my passive to revive myself. So that was terrible, but at the end of the day I made it. For a moment I thought I wasn't going to. After around 41 I just started dying a lot. I mean, a lot. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, like I thought I was not gonna make it on round like 44 and I died again, or 45. But then I made it, resurrected myself with the passive, and things just worked. Another thing that was very important was my Spectre. I had a Dante Spectre that it is one of the best Spectres in the game. he was constantly casting Triumph. And so, since I'm nuking everything, I'm just having that overguard gating all the time. So, the layers of invincibility, as I like to call them. Overguard gating because of Dante Spectre. Rolling guard. The Horus Kubra invincibility. Arcane Ages when it was proccing. Also, Brief Respite was helping with that, giving me even a little bit of shields, just so I can shield gate and have the chance to trigger Ages. That was it. The only really thing that was bad, like the worst thing, was the energy, but I think Energy Nexus here would provide enough energy for that. That's what I think. Sevagoth is pretty cool. He's a great frame, but survivability is an issue. Once you accept that, you're just gonna be a happy glass cannon and nuke everything. I mean, they can't kill you if they're dead, right? That's it. Leave it a like, subscribe, and peace.
Till next time, friends.